Good pitch. Good pitch. There's a zone there somewhere.
We are live right now, so be careful.
All right, so we've got top three. Top three, bases loaded for the Bulldogs. We've got one out, and the number 2 hitter wearing number 3, right-handed batter. Center needing a couple outs. Up 1, top of the 3rd. Right down the pipe, 0-1. We got Andy at 3rd, Luke at short, Landon at 2nd, and Isaac at 1st. And he bunted it foul. It's 0-2. We got Lucas Westring behind the dish. A couple of juniors forming this battery for the Yellowjackets today. Sun's out, a little bit of wind at Urban Youth. 0-2 is the count on Grandview's number 2 hitter. We got one down. Brennan operating out of the stretch. He sets. Strike 3. Served him up a little frozen pizza. We got 2 down. And we've got Grandview's number 3 hitter coming to the plate. We got a force at any base. Big shout out to the wonderful Mr. Steve Parker and the Hive TV crew, Amir, Pertula, former students, honor roll, barely, for Pertula. And the outfield, we got Milt in left, C-Mac, Kobe Sr. in center field, and we got LeBron Lowry, 12th grader, in right. All right, he jumped ahead. He's ahead 0-2. We got 2 down, bases juiced, and an 0-2 count. Come set. Nice pitch! Oh, must have fooled the umpire. All right, 1-2. Nice pitch. Hard for me not to be a fan while I'm announcing this game. All right, we got a 2-2 count now. 2-2, 2 outs, and a 1-0 game. Top of the 3rd, center, Yellowjackets versus Grandview Bulldogs at Urban Youth. Nice. All right, we got a full count. Looked like that ball was right on the outside corner, but the ump disagreed. Full count, 2 outs, 2 down. He comes set, steps off. All right. We had a ball smothered by Luke Leslie, but the ground ball actually ended up scoring 2 runs for the Bulldogs. So the Bulldogs take the lead 2-1 on a ground ball. Leslie made a nice play to a diving stab, but Grandview wisely sent the runner when the throw went to first. We've got 2 outs now, top of the 3rd, and the cleanup hitter, number 4, is up for the Bulldogs. All right, he falls behind in the count 1-0. And Grandview steals both 3rd and 2nd, so they have 2 more runners in scoring position. The pitch was called a strike. and it is now a 1-1 count. Only force out now for the Yellow Jackets is at first. And right down Broadway, swing and a miss. Brennan is ahead 1-2. He comes set, and the pitch. Landon with a nice play, and the throw gets away. Grandview is going to score 2 more, and the Bulldogs are now up 4-1. 4-1 Grandview, top of the third. And they've got a runner at second. Those 2 stolen bases ended up being 2 runs. So they've yet to hit a ball out of the infield, but Grandview does have 4 runs. Number 16 comes to the plate. 2 outs, top of the third, 4-1 Bulldogs. Ground ball towards short, and we threw it to first, and Grandview scored from second. So another ball that doesn't leave the infield, but does score a run for the Bulldogs. And it was 1-0 before I started doing this, so I'm about to retire. Don't know who's listening, but this will be a short-lived career for me. Number 13's up with the pencil bat. We pick off the runner. He steals second anyway. To say things are not going well would be accurate. We've got 2 down. Bulldogs got a runner in scoring position. And the batter actually has his knee in the strike zone. Maybe a lower target. Saying that not for the audience, but for our catcher. Maybe if you're watching online and you see what I'm seeing, but it looks like the back leg for number 13 when he comes set is across the chalk and quite possibly in the strike zone. If he gets hit, we'll see what the umpire does with that. The pitcher does have rights to the entire strike zone, so we shall see. The umpire said strike, so he's not allergic to that sound. Grandview stole third on the pitch. 2 outs. And another strike. So Brennan is ahead of this batter here with 2 outs. Another ground ball, and another run for the Bulldogs. When you get 2 strikes, you got to tip your hat to the Bulldogs. That's 4 consecutive batters that have managed to hit the ball in play with 2 strikes. Previously in this game, Brendan had struck out 4 batters in the first 2 innings, including a nice double play that he turned with Luke Leslie in the first inning. He had actually faced the minimum number of batters, but the 3rd inning has been another tale. He got a ground out to Isaac, and then pair of walks, and then it's been several ground balls. And he throws over, checks on the runner twice.
Let's go, Jackets!
If you like baseball and you've never been down to Urban Youth, I'd highly recommend it. It's free. The throw gets away on our 3rd pickoff attempt. No admission. You can watch lots of high school baseball, some college baseball, even some softball. Beautiful complex, turf fields. Big thanks to the Royals and the charitable contributions that have helped make this happen. A wonderful addition to the Kansas City community, the Urban Youth Complex. We are coming to you from Joe McGuff Field on this windy Wednesday. Again, it is the top of the third. It's top of the third, and this has been a long inning for the Grandview. And steals third, safe at third. The Jackets have 2 outs, and they'll be eager to swing the bats in the bottom of the third to try to get back in this ball game. Nice pitch low in the zone. That was nice. We have got a 6-1 game, actually. Thank you. Pertula's keeping score, and we still have our 2 outs. Sidearm gets away from him. All right, and they get him at the plate. Junior Lucas Westering flips it to junior Brendan Eubank. And it is 6-1 Bulldogs as we head to the middle of the third inning. By way of introduction, my name is Brett Eubank. Teach at Center Middle School and have a couple boys at the high school, a couple sons at Redbridge Elementary. And it's my oldest son, Brennan, on the mound today. Grandview's got a quality left-handed starter. Given up 1 run through 2. He's had a long break, so we'll see if he's still sharp. We're going to start the bottom of the third with Isaac Goodwin. Isaac is going to start things off, sophomore, followed by fellow sophomore Luke Leslie, shortstop, and then Milton Brown for the Jackets in the bottom of the third. So let's see if our boys can rally here, make some noise.
All right, guys, you got this.
Go Jackets.
Little bit up, 1-0.
Watch it, Isaac.
Oh, looked good, but called low. 2-0. Isaac is ahead in the count. Gets jammed a little bit, and third base with a catch, and then some random point. 1 out, and Leslie comes to the plate. Single to center field in his first at bat, stole second, and scored the Yellowjackets' only run so far.
I know there was a long list there for a second of passing.
Outside corner strike. 0-1's the count. 6-1 Grandview Bulldogs. We are in the bottom of the third. Way upstairs, 1-1. Ground ball. Luke's busting it down the line, but thrown out by the second baseman. Turf gives you a lot of nice hops, and second baseman scooped it up. All right, we've got 2 down, and left fielder, junior, number 14, Milton Brown, steps to the plate. The pitch, just a bit outside, 1-0. All right, paints the inside corner this time, evens the count at 1-1. Breeze has died down now, sun is shining. Right down the pipe. Milton a little late to trigger, and it is 1-2. 2 down, bottom of the third. Grandview up 6-1. Fights it off. Stays alive with 2 strikes. If you're just joining us, Center was up 1-0 through 2 innings of clean baseball, but Grandview had a successful top of the third. Milton skies one on that 1-2 pitch, and it gets out of play. Another foul ball, still 1-2. Center was up 1-0 through 2, and then Grandview had the bottom of their order, reach base via the walks, and then just kept putting the ball in play, and 6 runs came across in the top of the third. So Center's going to try to fight back in this thing. Milton gets a hold of one and might find the gap. Center field loses his hat but makes the catch. So Center goes down in order, and we'll move on to the top of the fourth with the Bulldogs ahead 6-1. Props to the Center coaching staff, led by Coach Powell, assistant Coach Hudson, Coach S. It is going on 5:30. Wonder if any of our listening audience has any good dinner plans. I'm thinking we're having tacos tonight. I'm not sure. It will taste better if we come back and win, so we shall see. Top of the fourth. Need a quick inning here and then get back to business with our bats. While we're waiting for the inning to start, want to give a shout out to the Center track team with a really successful meet yesterday at the Central Relays. Lots of first place finishes for our relay teams, and also shout out to Coach Matson and the girls soccer team, who I know have been winning a lot of games this year. Both programs, boys and girls soccer, continue to grow, and it's fun to see them have success. Also, Scholar Bowl, led by Coach Phillips. They are conference champs, district champs, and in the state Elite Eight, they are one victory away from the quarterfinals. So we wish them good luck. I hear that's going to be next Tuesday at Center High School. Scholar Bowl academic team, as it was once called. So a lot of good things happening in Yellowjacket Nation. But
let's go, Jackets!
There's one of those things right now. So top of the fourth, Brennan operating out of the windup, and the batter shows bunt and somehow misses the ball. It is 0-1. Brennan is working ahead 0-1. We'll see if number 1 stays with the bunt. Shakes him off a few times and finally comes set. A little flare into right field, and that duck snort's going to drop, and it actually gets over the right fielder's head. So that is a single that might turn into a home run. We missed the cutoff man. Yes, sir. That's going to be a single that turns, well, maybe an out. All right. Well, that was a lot of action for one out. Number one certainly got a lot of steps in for that first out. That was actually the first ball that left the infield for the Bulldogs. And that ball finds the backstop. 1-0. 6-1. Top four, one out. Twenty gets tied up on that one. 1-1 is the count. All right, called that one outside. 2-1 is the count. And the ball goes foul. It is 2-2. Or maybe 1-2. Nope, Pertula has it 2-2, and she's always right. 2-2. And a swing and a miss. Outside cheese. And Brennan records out number 2. Shout out to the Basong family, Scholar, Kate, whoever else I'm forgetting. Famous family, high achievers. And since Amir's laughing, shout out to Miss Brittany Willis, Brighton Scott, and Sailor Bridges, legends. They have fired me, so I'm also not being paid, so it's okay. Number 19 is up. Brennan has fallen behind 2-0. This batter also walked in his previous at-bat. 2 down, and it appears that Grandview has been coached to crowd the plate because this guy is all over it. The rare strike that goes to the backstop. You do not see that a lot. 2-1 is the count. And there are 2 outs. So Pertula, if you could add one of those little yellow circles. She's too busy firing me. She got it. Okay. Misses upstairs. 3-1 is the count. We've got 2 down in the top of the 4th. Bulldogs winning 6-1. Right down Broadway. All right, we're back to a full count. We are 1 strike away from picking up the bats. And low cheese, a swing and a miss. And we head to the bottom of the 4th with the Bulldogs up 6-1. During a break in the action, want to wish you a happy Easter week. Literally have no idea who's listening, but hopefully you do something fun this weekend. Remember, we do have school this Friday. Make up snow day, even you seniors. Seniors get out May 9th. We're all jealous. The rest of us, May 30th. I just heard that we have 4 people, so that's cool. Start small. Nowhere to go but up. Pertula has just asked me to share more of her life story, so I'll see what I can remember. She was in my class during the pandemic. Mr. Parker, I used to work with Mr. Parker at CMS. He was in a rock band. I'm not sure if he still is, but they had like I think like a Coldplay type of sound or something like that. So Yeah, tune in. You never know what you're going to hear, who you're going to hear about. One thing I'll tell you is Pertula was not in the hallways as much as Scholar. So there's one you can file away. All right, number 1, Brennan Eubank leading off the bottom of the 4th. Grandview still has their lefty on the mound who has been pitching really well. And action resumes. Skips in there. Brennan works ahead. In Brennan's first at bat, he worked a 3-0 count to a 3-1 count and then hit a ball pretty hard to second that ricocheted off of his glove and into center field, which scored Luke from second. That's the lone Yellowjackets run. All right. Brennan nods in agreement. 1-1. Brennan's batting third for the Yellowjackets today. On deck, fellow junior Lucas Westring. Oh, all right. Good cut on that one. He was right on it. 1-2 is the count. Yellowjackets will be in action tomorrow against the Lincoln Tigers. Pitcher's getting a sign. Comes to an agreement with the catcher and the pitch. Just a little up. Good lead by Brennan. 2-2 is the count. Gorgeous day here on Joe McGuff Field at Urban Youth. All right, count is full. Ball ricochets back to the catcher. And we are waiting the full count delivery. And a ball is laced into right field. That'll be at least a single, and he'll hold him to a single. Nice hit. Went with the pitch, and we've got a leadoff base runner. Batting cleanup for the Yellowjackets, number 16, Lucas Westring. Shout out to Zach and Jacob Westring, center baseball alum, and little sister Amelia, volleyball star. See what we decide to do with the base runner. Tricky with a left-handed pitcher. Lucas works ahead. Every out is precious, so I don't know if we'll be too aggressive on the bases, chasing 5 runs. 1-0 is the count. Bottom 4. Grandview's ahead 6-1. All right, well, I certainly hope we get that call next inning. That ball was actually called a strike. It is 1-1. Brennan takes a short lead from first. Left-handed pitcher on the mound. Haven't seen his move yet. Brennan's off, and catcher bobbles it. No throw. We've got a runner in scoring position. We're going to need several. Lucas is ahead in the count, 2-1. So on Sunday, I got to pitch batting practice to these Yellowjackets, and Lucas hit one out, way gone, to right center field. I don't know, 340, 350 at least, up by the apartments. But a base hit, we'll just take a base hit right now, would be just fine. Catcher tried but couldn't sell it, 3-1. Lucas is ahead in the count. We've got Logan, speaking of the Scholar Bowl team, Logan on deck, also part of Troop 62. Brennan takes a lead from second with shortstop in his back pocket. Ball is skied, but we're hoping it gets out of. The wind is crazy. It's foul. Third base did what he could, but that was different. So Lucas is alive, and the count is full. Full count. We have nobody out. Brennan led our inning off with a single down the right field line, and Lucas is at the plate right now. Brennan and Lucas played youth baseball together for Coach Mahurin's Storm team. A lot of good memories. Lucas was good at bat by Lucas Westring. Oh, Brennan, wow, okay, caught him napping and stole third. So we've got first and third. Logan's up. Lucas was one of the original members of that team, and Brennan joined a little later on. The catcher walks out to give the signals for how Grandview should defend in this first and third scenario. Nobody out. We'd like to see center push across a couple here and get back in this ball game. Quality at bat from Westring. He gets a lead. He's off. And they concede second base. So now you got a couple ducks on the pond for number 9, Logan Urias. Soccer player, Scholar Bowl, scout, baseball player. All right, just he's right on it, right on it. 1-1 is the count. She's doing all right though. All right, 1-2. On deck, 17, junior Andy Peterson. Played baseball with his uncle back in the late 90s. Matt, if you're watching in Hawaii, what's up? I am now bald like you, so father time. And Logan goes down swing, but you beat me to it. All right, Andy comes up. We got one down, a couple ducks on the pond here for number 17. Well on his way to Eagle Scout. You've probably heard his dad, famous Kenny, behind me. Good cut, falls behind 0-1. And his mom's eating a really healthy looking salad right next to me. But I haven't had a salad in years, so. All right, getting the signs from Coach Powell. I hope the sign was score runs. We've got one out and a 0-1 count. Stealing, down. Oh, the ball is out, and we manufactured a run. All right, caught him napping. Interesting. Took things into his own hands. Or maybe that was the play with the armband thing. I don't know. I'm confused, but we'll take it. It's 6-2. I'm going to go ahead and give Andy an RBI for that. It happened while he was batting. So, RBI for 17.
Let's go!
Lucas pretending to maybe do the same thing. That'd be bold. Oh, foul ball, straight back. All right. Pertula was scared, but it was 30 yards away. All right, 2-strike count to Andy's up. And the pitcher comes set. Way upstairs. Good play by the catcher. Blaze, if you're home watching, please ask Mom how you can help around the house. Oh, good cut, good cut. Staying alive on a pitch that was most certainly a strike. Well, the breeze has returned, and we have a little cloud cover. Center has scratched across a run here in the bottom of the fourth, and we have Lucas Westring on third with Andy at the plate. Oh, my! Laser into left field. Absolute laser. Now he gets 2 RBIs. Andy with an absolute laser into left field. Scores Lucas from third, and we are now at 6-3, right back in this game. Senior LeBron Lowry at the plate. Yes. LeBron with a hack. LeBron, who does body work on automobiles. So if you're in any fender benders, LeBron's the guy. Collision repair. All right down the pipe. LeBron looks toward the heavens, but he's now has to battle down 0-2. Called out at second on the attempted steal. So LeBron is still at the plate with 2 outs. Okay, well, 2 outs. We'll see if LeBron can keep this inning going for us. Little high. See what the ump shows for the count here. We got 2-2 for the count. LeBron Lowry. Remind you of Mike Lowry from Bad Boys. And the whiff. All right, so center scratches across 2 runs. We've played 4 here at Urban Youth. Grandview Bulldogs 6 and your Yellowjackets 3. Luke Leslie going over and chatting with B on the bump between innings. Luke's a gamer, plays on Precision, travels and plays a lot of baseball. Shout out to Coach Mike Leslie and to Bo. Good luck, Bo, in your season. Royals got the Yankees tonight. Need to scratch out a win and then go into Detroit and make up some ground against a divisional opponent. Umpires chatting a bit. Lucas, who plays first and pitches and is the rare left-handed backstop. Big frame behind the plate and doing quite well there. We've also had Andy behind the dish this year and Milton. Shout out to Red. If Red is watching, we miss you, bud. Hope your senior year is going well. Couple highlights from the track meet yesterday. The boys 4x4 team took first. The boys 4x2 team took first. 4x8 got second. The mixed relay 1, 1, 2, and 4 also took first. Xavier Byers took first in the high jump. And the girls, Pertula's let me know, what was it there? The girls 4x2 also took first. And the 4x1. Shout out to the Lady Yellowjacket runners. Well done.
Let's go, Jackets!
And he fights it off and spins around the Grandview coach. And that ball trickles fair. Brennan works ahead 0-1. This is their leadoff batter, number 7.
Let's go, Jackets!
The one, the only, Kenny Peterson. All right, we're 1-1 here. We are in the top of the 5th with the Bulldogs up 6-3 on a pleasant day at Urban Youth. Right down the pipe, and the umpire misses it again. It is 2-1. All right, if you're familiar with the old show, Where in the World is Carmen Sandiego? We're wondering the same thing about the strike zone. So it is now 3-1. All right. And a walk. Brennan, to his credit, is smiling. And what else can you do? We've got their number 2 hitter. Although oftentimes, and he's heard me say it a lot, walks lead to runs. So as much as you can, pound that strike zone and let your defense do their job. Of course, strikeouts are fun too. That is a heck of a bunt. Oh, he bare hands it and pulls Isaac off the bag. Great play, though. Probably the only play that could have been made. And Grandview has shown an affinity for the bunt, and that was effective. So now they are in business again. Just like the top of the third, they now have 2 runners on with nobody out on a walk and a bunt. Number 11 could use a double play or a strikeout here. Yes. Not sure if you could hear it, but he did say strike. 0-1. So Brennan's working ahead here. Be nice to get a couple of strikeouts or a lazy fly ball. All right, he's way ahead. 0-2, working ahead. 0-2. Go get him, B.
Come on, B, let's go.
Top of the 5th, Grandview with the lead, 6-3. 0-2 count. Brennan checks the runner and comes set. Checks again. And he's called safe. Grandview doing a good job of talking to the base runner. A lot of spirit over there in that dugout. We used to be in the same conference as Grandview back in the day, but they have slightly more enrollment than us now. So checks on the runner, checks and sets, fires, and second and third are both stolen. Hopefully we can get the batter here. It's 1-2. If we could get this batter, that would be a good first step. 1-2 is the count. We have runners on second and third with nobody out in the top of the 5th. Brennan gets the sign from Westring. Come set. The pitch. Strike 3. It's not delivery, it's DiGiorno. Frozen pizza. We've got 1 out in the top of the 5th. And number 4, batting cleanup for the Bulldogs, comes to the plate. Luke Leslie's playing in to cut down the run at the plate, sacrifice a little bit of range. All right, misses just a bit high. Been tough to get the high strike call today. Shout out to this Grandview batter whose knee is not in the strike zone. All right, chased the same pitch and is now 1-1. Coach Powell has brought the infield in, wanting to keep this a 6-3 ball game, so we are hoping for a strikeout or a hard ground ball right at someone. Slow ground ball. And the ground ball to third scored 2 and turned into a double. So it's been a weird game. Grandview has hit 1 ball to the outfield, which the ball they hit to the outfield actually ended up being out at home plate, and every other ball hit to the infield. Yep, just tough sometimes. We did turn a double play in the first inning, but that feels like a week ago. All right, number 16 comes to the plate. It's now 8-3 Bulldogs. 1 out in the top of the 5th. A big cut, but no contact. We got Isaac still at first with Lando at second, Luke Leslie at short with Andy at third. That ball was absolutely scorched into left center field. That will score 1, and he is going to be held to a single, but he tattooed that ball. Nice solid hit for the Bulldogs there. That ball was middle, and the batter did not miss. Mr. Westring is correct. Ramsey's got a set of triplets that we played with a few years back, and that was one of them. Number 13 with the pencil bat. As a teacher, you got to love that. Well, it is 9-3, and runner goes. Umpire didn't say anything. My dad called it a strike, but I don't think the umpire agreed. All right, we got a runner in scoring position for the Bulldogs. Checks the runner, checks again.
Crayon too. One of the teams to do that.
And they steal third. Okay. Well, the number 13 does have his right knee in the strike zone, the back knee. We have got a 3-0 count. And I tell you, the walks get to you.
He's not in the batter's box. He's stepping on the line.
And that is a 4-pitch walk. Coach Powell's making the walk out to the mound. We might see a pitching change here. All right, looks like we're going to have a pitching change for the Yellowjackets. Brennan leaves the game in the top of the 5th with 1 out. He's responsible for the runners on first and third. The Bulldogs scored 9 runs. And we're bringing in sophomore number 4, Luke Leslie. Not sure if they were going to pitch Luke today or use him tomorrow against Lincoln. Appreciate it. Thanks for the water, Mr. Parker. Good looking out. Son Blaze is in his class. Shout out to Scoot, by the way, for the sports show. Desmond Craig, a.k.a. Scoot, legend. Part of the amazing 9th grade class. Augie, Izzy, Jaden. K2. Who am I? I'm forgetting so many people. But anyway, freshman class. Byron, Quentin, Brooksy. I get Cam's little bro. Yes. Luke spots his fastball well, has an excellent curveball, works fast, and usually pounds the strike zone. Looks like Brennan has made his way to shortstop, and looks like there's no other changes for the Yellowjackets at this time. Our umpires are having a chat. I recognize the home plate umpire from basketball games. Guy stays busy. All right, number 1 is at the plate for the Grandview Bulldogs.
Jackets, let's go!
Top 5, we have got 1 out. The bunt. Luke wisely checks. They get the out at first, but Grandview pushes across another run on the sacrifice bunt. All right, we have got 2 down now in the top of the 5th. It is 10-3. I wish that run was for the Yellowjackets, but it was not.
Not in varsity.
I liked yours better, though. Left-handed number 20 is up, and he dribbles 1 foul. Nice play by Grandview's assistant coach there. Luke works fast. We have got 2 down in the. All right, 0-2, pound in the strike zone. All right, he's way ahead in the count now, 0-2. See what he goes with here. High and tight, and he didn't run. We're not sure why. Oh, says it hit him. I didn't, I couldn't tell that happened at first. That's unusual, but all right, runners on first and third, and we've got 2 outs. We're in the top of the 5th here at Urban Youth. Sun is back out. All right. Number 19 is another Bulldog that is all over that plate. And Luke blew it by him. Count. We will see if this umpire is open to suggestions.
Come on, Luke.
And Luke works ahead in the count. 2 outs, runners on second and third. And he fights it off. Luke looks in, comes set in the stretch, and fires. Ground ball to first. And Isaac makes the play. Nice play by Isaac Goodwin to close out the 5th. Here at Urban Youth, the Grandview Bulldogs lead 10-3 as we head to the bottom of the 5th. The umpire and Lucas are chatting. Looks like Grandview is going to keep number 11 on the mound, and hard to blame them. He hasn't walked too many guys and currently has a 7-run lead. We're going to get to see Tyree hit, number 35. Nice to have the skyline behind us in left field. Beautiful shot. Skyscrapers. And we're not too far away from Arthur Bryant's barbecue. So if you ever come down, swing by, get some brisket, get a bag full of the greasy fries, get some extra sauce. Beautiful day at the ballpark. Center will host Harrisonville here later in the month for a conference battle that should be fun. Okay, To start off the bottom of the fifth, we have number 25, Tyree. Pitcher's up and out of the windup. Good pitch, good cut, no contact. 0-1. One and 1 is the count. Good eye by Tyree. He left that ball upstairs, and he is now ahead in the count, 2-1. Certainly could use some base runners here to make this game interesting. Foul ball. It hit him while he was in the batter's box. That is a painful strike. He now evens the count 2-2. If you've been keeping track, Pertula's gotten faster and is making less mistakes, so hats off to Pertula. She's probably going to have some super high-paying job when she grows up, but if that doesn't work out, scorekeeping. And the whiff. I haven't kept track, but number 11 has mowed down more than a handful of Yellow Jackets today. Coming to the plate, Isaac Goodwin, whose dad, Steve, was a heck of a baseball player in the early 2000s at center. Pitcher, first baseman, could hit. So comes from a family of baseball players. Comes to the plate left-handed. All right, pitcher works ahead, 0-1. Isaac's brother Alex will be joining him at the high school next year, another baseball stud for the Yellowjacket baseball program. All right, hard hit ball, but second base was right there and gobbles it up. True hops on the turf. Well, we're turning the line back over. We're back to the top. Leadoff hitter, number 4, Luke Leslie. Luke started the game at short, turned a nice double play. Also got the first Yellow Jackets hit and run of the ball game, and is now on the mound for the Yellow Jackets. Also, Luke, Center Yellow Jacket Athlete of the Week this week, so congrats. Member of the boys varsity basketball team, baseball team, and an umpire himself. He's ahead in the count, 1-0. And another base hit. And it got by center field. This is going to be extra bases. He's flying around third. Gonna hold him there. Probably smart. Yeah, we need a lot of runs. All right, he smoked that ball. Second hit of the game, and if it gets by you on the turf, it rolls a while. So Luke has had a nice day at the plate. 2 for 3, couple of base knocks.
Way to go, Luke!
Ambushed a couple of high fastballs. Mound visit now for the Bulldogs. See if they're going to stick with 11 or make a change. All right, they're going to leave 11 in for now. On the second mound visit of any inning, a pitching change must be made. That was the first visit. Milton steps to the plate, Milton Brown. I believe Milton has done cross country and possibly football for the Yellow Jackets. Okay. Got a little break in the action. All right. Umpire makes his way back to the field. 10-3 Bulldogs, bottom of the fifth. Center looking to put together a little rally here. And 11 comes set. Outside, good eye by Milton. We need base runners, folks. Ooh, fought it off. If you're watching online and you want to give this live streamer video a like, or if you want to subscribe, I'm sure Hive TV would love that. They do a great job. Multiple sports. They've got the announcements, the high school announcements. They have music features. They really do a great job. They have a sound studio. And Milton now falls behind in the count 1-2. We have Luke Leslie 90 feet away at third base. Love to get him in. We have Brennan on deck. I thought, oh, I lost track of the outs, and I'm sorry. I really wanted Brennan to hit there, and so did everybody else. But Brennan will not be hitting because that was the third out. So sorry, everybody. My hopes were up too. But at the end of the fifth, Jackets go down 10-3. You hate to have your number 3 batter in the inning on deck, but it's happened twice for the Yellowjackets tonight.
Hillary said not that she knows of, but she'll ask Allison. But, you know, that particular teacher is notorious for saying, hey,
You also got to figure which teacher you're talking about.
band having a contest tomorrow.
Oh, they moved Andy. They moved Andy to second. No,
We've got some
Tyrese up third.
positional changes now for the Yellowjackets. We have
The mound.
number 16, Lucas Westring, will begin to warm up and get ready. He will be the third pitcher used by the Yellowjackets today. We have got Brennan at shortstop. Well, I wonder. Huh.
Because that's usually who
We're at the top of the sixth. Top 6, Bulldogs comfortably ahead by 7. We got Milton Brown behind the dish now. We've got Tyree at third, Kobe in center field. LeBron has moved around to left. Andy Peterson is out in right field. Looks like we have Landon at second, and Isaac is still manning first base. Not sure if Double L Luke Leslie got banged up or not, but he is not currently on the diamond. Lucas has grown this year. He's now, I believe, over 6'3". Left-hander, spots several pitches.
is he going in to see Jake too? Jake, the trainer. I don't know. We should have him check in. Well, that nurse was the nurse.
I'm sorry, what?
Was like getting real picky about. Well, it's gotta be like detail. The note has to be detailed. It's not.
All right, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Students, finish strong this year. Be patient with your teachers. You know how it is. Families, thanks for all your hard work, paying the bills, putting food on the table, grinding it out for your families. Props to you for that. Also, prom is coming up. A little bit more than a week away. Exciting time, everybody getting dressed up and memories being made. So be safe and have fun. Not this weekend, but next at Center's prom. Thank you to all of the work that was put into that to make that a success. Melton throws a strike down to second, and we are getting ready for action. Grandview is back at the top of their order. Leadoff hitter number 7. They have had a successful day, Grandview. They've scored a really high percentage of their base runners. So they haven't really had that many more base hits than we've had. But they certainly drew more walks and were able to steal bases and then score on ground balls. They've also used the bunt to their advantage. So 1-0, that pitch was high. Here we are in the top of the 6th. Thanks for joining us on Hive TV's presentation of Center versus Grandview 2025. That looked like an outside corner strike, but it was called a ball. 2-1 is the count. All right, hot shot to third. Oh, we got a new third baseman in there. Morgan Latham. Oh, might have got him at second. All right, aggressive base running. And so I had an interesting celebration by the Grandview player there. Morgan is at the hot corner. He's a freshman. Left-hander went the other way with that one and is now at second. Luke Leslie, it sounds like, with a hamstring injury on the ball that he smoked to center field that ended up being a triple. So we hope that Luke heals up quickly. Certainly an important part of this baseball team. Lucas comes set and delivers. A little high. Number 3 shows bunt. He has bunted successfully earlier in this game. Again, just to recap, for the first 2 innings, Center was up 1-0 and cruising along. But we have not been able to recover after Grandview's 6-run third inning. Lucas comes set. Pulls the bunt back, but takes a strike. Concession stand is not open today. Kind of a bummer. So if you have something good to eat at home, please enjoy it for me. Oh, wicked curveball. Almost got the batter to pull the trigger.
Way to toss the hat, Milt.
Nice movement on that curveball, but all right. Count is 2-1. The Bulldogs have a runner at third, and we have nobody out in the top of the 6th. My normal baseball snack would be sunflower seeds with a Mountain Dew and a cup to spit the shells in. But I have to talk right now, and Pertula doesn't want to be grossed out by sunflower seeds. And on these turf fields, they tell you not to bring seeds. So no snacks for me today. Pertula just asked, why is chewing tobacco so popular? Well, it's less popular than it used to be because of all the education and nasty mouth cancer and awareness. So at the high school level, not super popular, but seeds and gum and Mike and Ike, there's other kinds of stuff you can do. Ooh, look good like the inside corner, but we are not getting that call right now. So the count is 3-1. Runner at third, nobody out. I was wrong. The count was not 3-1 because Lucas just served up some frozen pizza to number 3, and he is out. Pertula just put up 5 balls, which is impossible. So it's all right, though. She's like National Honor Society, so it's all good. Number 11 comes back to the plate. Nice strikeout by Lucas there. Oh, my. There was like 7. Tough one there. First and foremost, an absolutely drop off the table curveball by Lucas. A swing and a miss, but it got by our catcher, and then the runner was able to score from third. So once again, Grandview able to get runs. Very opportunistic team today. Showing bunt early, and now pulls it back. Oh, another nice curveball. It is working. Hope you can see the drop on your end, but he's got a nice feel for it, and it's in the strike zone, and then it's not. Smart. He went 0-2 and then with 2 curveballs and then climbed the ladder with high cheese for the whiff. That is back-to-back strikeouts for Lucas Westring. I tell you, you've been watching the game, you realize if we can clean up the defense, we do have pitchers with strikeout stuff. 1-0 is the count. We have 2 outs in the top of the 6th. Number 4 comes to the dish. We just need 1 more out, and then we can go hit. We'll have our 3, 4, and 5 hitters coming up in the bottom of the 6th. That's a long fly ball. Wind's carrying it. Oh, just out of reach. And he's going to run for a while. Okay, he stopped at third with a triple. That ball certainly carried. Andy made a valiant effort to run it down. He and Kobe, they got the ball into the infield, and it is a triple. Still 2 outs. Let's see if we can strand this runner at third. Number 16 comes to the plate. He is the Bulldogs catcher. We've got 2 outs here. Just need 1 more. Nice low strike by Westring. Always great to work ahead when you can. 0-1 is the count. Lucas is operating out of the stretch. Come set. And a ball is hit into right field. Oh, and just out of reach. So
Sorry. You gotta turn your glove the other way, kid.
Mom is right with that advice. All right, Pencil Man's coming up again. 13. Well, we've still got 2 outs. Grandview pushed ahead. 1 more run. And actually, and I hope this doesn't happen, but if the runner at first scores, the game will be over, and Brennan will be left on deck. So let's get 1 more out so we can at least hit again. Number 13's knee is over the plate, and it hasn't mattered all day. 1-0 is the count. Grandview is up 12-3 in the top of the 6th. Strike on the curveball, and Grandview steals second. The winning run is now at second. Just a bit up. 2-1 is the count.
Finish him.
And a extremely late time call was granted to the batter on a pitch that was most certainly a strike. Grandview has certainly been coached up in the art of gamesmanship. just a bit outside. It is 3-1. We have got 2 outs in the top of the 6th. Center trails by 9. Westering on the bump, and Milton Brown behind the plate. Right down Broadway. We've got a full count now. 2 down. Lucas looks in, receives the sign, and comes set. Delivers. No. The winning run will score. The winning run. And center no longer gets to bat. That is the winning run. Folks, maybe there's not a run. I don't know. Maybe there's not a run rule. Oh, Mr. Westring is right. Sorry about that. Well, folks, we are the home team. I lost sight of that in my frustration. So we are going to get the hit again. That was a strikeout that turned into a run and a batter on first. And now that batter on first just stole second. A lot of self-inflicted wounds for the Yellowjackets today. Again, we have not been out hit terribly by the Bulldogs, but they are scoring a large number of their base runners reach base. Grandview's base runner is pointing at our pitcher for some reason, and who knows? Okay, so we got a little dance going on between the base runner and our fielders. We got a pinch hitter, number 8 for the Bulldogs, and takes high. So, pardon me earlier, we are the home team, so we will need to mount a furious comeback in the bottom of the 6th and or 7th to pull out this victory. The throw, and safe. What looked to be a fast-moving game through 2 innings is now moving at a glacial pace. Nice low strike, which you love. 1-1 is the count. Hive TV's Amir Jones recovering from a leg surgery, so we wish her well. Sailor was upset because it cramped her spring break plans, but that's right. CMS's middle school cheer team won first in a Kansas City district competition. Shout out Coach Pruitt and the cheer squad. Lucas there pumps a strike down the middle to number 18. He is now ahead in the count 1-2. And he climbs the ladder for the strikeout. So Lucas has struck out quite a few batters today in his time on the mound. And now we need to get the bats singing. A lot of base runners. We head to the bottom of the 6th with the Grandview Bulldogs 13, your Center Yellowjackets 3. Grandview is keeping their starting pitcher on the mound, number 11. He's going through his between inning warm-up pitches. Our batters will be batters 3, 4, and 5 for the Yellowjackets, middle of the order. Girls soccer ahead 1-0. Shout out to the girls soccer team. I know they won a game last night 1-0, went into double overtime, I believe. So Grandview's pitcher is looking to quite possibly go the distance. when you have low pitch count and low walks. Brennan Eubank will lead things off, followed by Lucas Westring. Go get him, B. Have fun, bub.
All right, Luke. All right, Brennan, let's go. Let's go, Brennan. Let's go, B. Make some contact.
B's got a birthday coming up in about a month. And Lucas also has a May birthday, so on the young end for their grade. Couple of upperclassmen. 11 comes set and skips it in there. It dances back, and Brennan's ahead in the count once again. This is Brennan's third at bat. He's made solid contact twice. Pitcher's in the windup and the delivery. Ooh, looked good, but was not called a strike. So the umpire does occasionally miss calls for Grandview as well. 2-0. He's way ahead in the count, 3-0. Another one skips by. You need a lot of base runners here. We do not have the 11-run home run we can hit. That does not exist, so we just need base runners. Three and 0. Pitcher delivers. And B takes his walk. All right, sets the table. Need a lot of runs, a lot of runners. Lucas Westring strides to the dish. Number 16, Bo Jackson's number. Been wearing 16 since the age of 6. I see a tattoo in his future. Mrs. Lowe, 1-0. I'm guessing we'll see what kind of leash the Grandview manager has with this pitcher. No need to do anything foolish on the bases. We're down a lot. Oh, smells like a double play. And it was. Ground ball to second that the Bulldogs turn into 2. Well, we had our double play earlier in the game, and sometimes when you hit a ball hard and it's right at somebody, what can you do but shake your head? All right, number 7, C-Mac, Kobe McIntosh Sr. comes to the plate. Pink batting gloves, pink sliding mitt. A lot of drip, as the kids say. Falls behind in the count, 0-1. Mrs. Lowe, count is 1-1. When Kobe was in my class 6 years ago, he was a fan of the video games. Cool Math or something like that. Right down the pipe, it is 1-2. Kobe's going to have to protect here. Kobe has good wheels. See if he can put the ball in play. Holds the bat up high. Grandview out of the windup. Tries the high heat, not a bad idea. Kobe lays off. It's 2-2. And he is just window shopping, ladies and gentlemen. Right down the pipe, strike 3. I don't know if that's ball game or not, but it certainly feels like it. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is the ball game. Well, the part that you didn't see was the good part. So before we started streaming, we were up 1-0 through 2, and you'll just have to take my word for it. But it was fun. Never mind. If you find Kenny's live stream, that's the only part I ever want Brendan to watch again. So from Urban Youth, it was fun broadcasting. Thanks to Hive TV, thanks to Pertula, thanks to Mr. Parker, thanks to Amir, and thanks to all of you who joined us for a great day of baseball. Thank you, Urban Youth. The Grandview Bulldogs prevail 13-3. The Yellowjackets take the loss. Yellowjackets are in action tomorrow against a formidable Lincoln Prep squad. Everybody be safe and have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday.